So when I first reviewed the X1 Pro Max, one of the biggest strengths was how easy it was to get cinematic footage without needing any drone piloting skills or piloting license. But today, thanks to firmware updates, the X1 Pro Max now offers more than 15 intelligent automated flight modes right out of the box, and honestly, this is where this drone has evolved the most. These are the modes that can genuinely make your footage look like it was shot by second person. So today we're going to jump into some of the standout features that has been pushed out to the X1 Pro Max since launch date, and why these makes this my go-to device when I have to record myself, especially doing outdoor videos. So we're going to jump right into it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Let's go. So let's start it off with orbit mode. Now, this mode creates one of the most classic drone shots possible. The drone circles around you while keeping you perfectly centered in frame. And the reason this shot works so well is that it instantly adds movement and scale to your footage. Now, whether you're standing on a mountain, overlooking a lake, walking through the park, or just filming yourself at the beach, Orbit is going to give the viewers a much more better sense of the environment around you. Now, it's at your disposal with a touch of one button. So with software update, one of the newest additions is going to be spiral mode, and you'll definitely notice the difference between this and the traditional orbit. How this works is the drone circles around you while slowly climbing higher into the air, and once it completes 2 circles while ascending, then it circles around you 2 more times while descending. Now, the results of this is going to be really cinematic. It's almost like the drone is revealing the entire landscape around you. So for this shot, if you're filming travel content, scenic locations, hiking trails, or even just showing off a cool location, spiral mode creates a shot that looks way more expensive than it should be. Now, one of my favorite new additions is one that's been used for years in Hollywood by filmmakers. This is called Dolly Zoom. Now, in Dolly Zoom, the subject stays roughly the same size in the frame while the background appears to stretch and distort. Now, the X1 Pro Max automatically recreates this effect by zooming in while simultaneously moving back. As you can see there, this is a great looking shot. It's one of those shots that immediately grabs your attention because our brains just knows that something unusual is happening. So for YouTube intros, social media content, or dramatic reveals, this mode can definitely be fun. Next one is simple but surprisingly effective. Is a 360 spin. Now, this also is a new addition. Now, what this does, the drone hovers in one place and slowly rotates on an axis. Now, unlike the orbit mode where the drone moves around you, here the drone stays in place and rotates in place to capture everything around it. Now, this creates a smooth panoramic sweep of your surroundings and works well, especially when you're trying to showcase a location. So if you're somewhere with great views, this mode can instantly add production value to the video. Or if you're somewhere where a lot of people and you just wanted to kind of show folks sitting around a table, this can be used in that way as well. So for follow modes for most drones, the autonomous drones are really designed to be outdoors, but the updated firmware introduced an indoor follow mode that's specifically optimized for confined spaces. So takes advantage of the drone sensors and obstacle avoidance system to track you indoors while being more aware of walls, furniture, as well as obstacles. So for creators making videos inside your home, your offices, your studios, gyms, or event spaces, this can be incredibly useful. Angle Track and Dolly Track are still my favorites. Now, while the new modes are fantastic, I still find myself using Angle Track or using Dolly Track the most. Now, these modes feel less like a special effect and more like having a professional camera operator following you around. Now, the drone maintains a cinematic side angle as you move. This creates a little bit more depth, better composition, and more visually interesting footage than the standard follow mode. Now, Dolly Track continues to be one of the most impressive features of this drone. The drone remembers your intended direction and intelligently works to maintain a cinematic track angle. Now, the footage simply just looks really amazing, guys. So another feature that has matured significantly is OmniTerrain. Now, this technology allows the drone to operate more confidently over difficult surfaces that traditionally challenge smaller drones. So this may include water, snow, sand, rocky terrain, cliffs, or low light environments. So anyone who's flown over water knows how uncomfortable that can feel. But with OmniTerrain, the drone now feels significantly more reliable reliable in situations that I would have probably avoided in the past. Though OmniTerrain, how it works is there is an indicator on the drone and you see when it's on. You need to be outdoors for at least 30 seconds. You see when it's enabled, and that's how you know when it's ready to go. So with this, I can confidently fly over water, sand, all of the tough surfaces, and haven't experienced an issue with this drone as of yet. For creators, the camera controls have also become much more creator friendly. Now within the drone, you can now select standard video, HDR, log, HLG, slow motion, as well as hybrid modes. Now for creators who color grade their footage, log and HLG are going to be huge additions. They provide much more flexibility during editing and makes it easier just to match footage from a primary camera. Now this also has vertical videos. Now you can also shoot native vertical content for your TikTok, for IG, for YouTube shorts without cropping, without reframing, just ready to post as soon as you finish recording. Now let's talk about the beacon and why this is now a must-have in my opinion. Now, when I originally reviewed the X1 Pro Max, I thought the beacon was a very nice accessory, but today I think it's one of the most important parts of this entire ecosystem. With the beacon, you are going to get live previews. Now you can see exactly what the drone sees, so no more guessing whether you have it framed properly. The beacon does have a built-in microphone and speakerphone, so this is going to support sound recording as well as real-time audio feedback. So for travel content, outdoor videos, and vlogging, this is going to be incredibly useful. Now with the beacon or from your smartphone, you know I have the advantage where you can interrupt it or reframe mid-flight. No need to cancel flight mode to adjust it anymore. Just wherever it is, you can now move it around with the beacon. So of course, we know with the beacon, they do have different flight modes. You can fly with beacon, you can do with the beacon in one controller, you can do both controllers, so you can fold it down, go into the pro mode, and gives you the feel of a traditional drone. So final verdict, the most impressive thing about the HOVERair X1 Max isn't the hardware anymore. I think the hardware is probably as good as it can be. It's how much better the software has become. 00 Robotics didn't just release bug fixes, they added entirely new ways to capture footage with the orbit, spiral, dolly zoom, 360 spin, indoor follow, plus improvements to angle track, Dolly Track, cycling mode, OmniTerrain, as well as more beacon functionality. So the X1 Pro Max has now over 15 intelligent flight modes available, and that's what makes it different from traditional drones. It's not trying to make you a better pilot, it's trying to eliminate the need to be a pilot altogether. So if you already own the X1 Pro Max, make sure you've updated to the latest firmware because you're probably missing out of some of the best features. And if you're considering getting one, it's a better product today than it was at launch, and for that reason I'll definitely put a link in the description where you can go ahead and check it out. So again, I did do an initial review. If you want to just get familiar with the drone, learn the basic controls, I'll link that where you can go ahead and check it out. Besides that, if you enjoyed this update review, make sure you hit the subscribe button, notification bell. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.